Today I'm going to be doing, well, I guess there's no other way to say this, a big hunk of beef. We've got a 13.5-pound boneless New York strip loin. We're going to season it up with a pretty classic rub, smoke it up out on the Hunsaker Vortex Drum Smoker. The result is going to be a roast that is perfect for any gathering. Yeah, it's a big old hunk of meat. You'll see it in a minute. It is large. A lot of people will do strip loins instead of things like prime rib around the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, things like that, because you're really doing a super large steak that you're able to slice into individual portions, and it's fantastic. First, we got to get this rub going, and this is a very classic rub, 5 ingredients. We're starting with 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of a coarsely ground black pepper, 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Just pick your favorite chili powder. You could even use cayenne if you want. Whisk this together here. That's all there is to it. Let's get that strip loin out here. Yeah, like I mentioned, it's a big old hunk of beef, 13.5 pounds here, and it has a pretty good fat cap on it on this side, and we want to trim that down just a bit. Start over here. Also want to get any of these loose bits of edge fat that are just sort of flapping. Also want to square off this front edge just a bit. A lot of fat there. This right here, this edge that I trimmed off, this is perfect for burger grinding. So if you're going to be using something like a leaner cut to grind for beef, let's say tri-tip or something like that, this fat and this little bit of leftover meat on it is perfect to add to that to get that fat content you want. Just want to clean up this side a little bit here. Same thing, any of these pieces, save them for burger trimmings, for grinding. We are going to be doing this fat side down today in the Hunsaker. You could do this on an offset, you could do it on a Weber kettle, you could do it on pellet grill, really just about anything. You could do it in the oven. I'm doing it on the Hunsaker today because, well, I like cooking on it and it holds a really steady temp for a long period of time. This is not going to be a 10-hour cook, but the idea that it will hold somewhere around 275 for that entire time is very appealing. All right, that's looking good to me. Let's get this rubbed up. Generous coating of rub here. Start on our meat side. Ends here. It's a big piece of meat. It can take a lot of seasoning. All right, this is looking good. Let's go fire up the Hunsaker. All right, we are just at about 275 on the Hunsaker Vortex Smoker, and you may notice something a little different. Different hat, different shirt. I came out yesterday to put the strip loin on, and the wind kicked up, and I just really do not like cooking in wind like that. Plus, it's a lot harder to film in wind like that. So I put it in the refrigerator overnight. It hung out with all those seasonings, and now we're gonna get it on the Hunsaker. All right, my temperature probe's in. Let's get this closed up and get smoking. So I'm using hickory wood today, and we're gonna be taking this strip loin to about 125 degrees internal. I don't have a drip pan in there. It's gonna be a little messy to clean up, but it's gonna get some good juices dripping down on that Vortex diffuser plate. After having that lid open, I'll dial in my vents, keep it at about 275 today. I'll see you back here in a couple hours when we take a look at it. All right, we've been going just over an hour. The Hunsaker's holding temp beautifully. The internal temp of our strip loin's just over 60 degrees. Let's take a quick look. Now I'm just gonna give this a quick spritz with plain water. We're gonna get this closed up and keep smoking. See you back here when we get close to that 125 internal. All right, we are about to hit 125 degrees. Let's check our strip loin. That is looking really good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. We're gonna get it inside. It's gonna rest for about a half an hour. We're gonna make a garlic horseradish butter sauce to go with it. Oh man, the sizzle and the smell coming off this, I can't wait to taste this. All right, so while our strip loin is continuing to rest here for a few more minutes, I wanna get that garlic horseradish butter ready, or horseradish garlic butter. This is a totally unnecessary step here, but if you want to give the option for some more flavor, horseradish goes so great with beef and so does garlic. This is a nice thing to make. Don't have to use it, but if you have it sitting there next to your strip loin, people will use it. So I'm starting with about a half a stick of unsalted butter. To this, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and 1 teaspoon of prepared horseradish. And we're just going to mix this all together. This butter's been softened nicely. If you need to soften butter, I find that if you're using the microwave, maybe 15 or 20 seconds, you know, just sort of softens it up enough to work with. Oh, great smell coming off this. You could also do this with a mixer. You could do it in a food processor, but I didn't want to get something else dirty that I'd have to clean. I already got to go out and clean the grill. I get comments from people that say, your grills are clean. How do you never use them? Well, yeah, I use them all the time, but I also spend several hours a week cleaning everything. And since this is unsalted butter, I want to hit it with a little bit of kosher salt. That's just to taste. And some cracked black pepper. Get that mixed in. And that is ready. Let's get our strip loin out here. All right, here is our big old hunk of beef. 13-pound boneless strip loin. This is a USDA choice. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. And I gotta say, it turned out beautiful, just gorgeous. Now remember, this is not a brisket that cooks for, 8 hours or something. This cooked in about 2 hours and 45 minutes. So much shorter cook time, right around 275 the entire time in the Hunsaker. You can definitely go lower, 225 if you want to, and it's gonna take longer, but I'm pretty happy with this so far, but the proof is inside. So let's cut in. I'm just gonna go right here. Let's see how we did. All right, we are definitely having a juice-a-lanch, and that turned out beautiful. Oh man. Let's cut some slices here. Oh, beautiful. The juice is just gurgling out of this. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna plate some of this up because it is time to taste. Nothing more to say, let's go. The first taste I took there was kind of from the edge where the butter hadn't migrated yet. That is fantastic. Now I want to get a little bit with some of that butter on there. Oh man. Again, totally not necessary, but if you like horseradish and if you like garlic with beef, this is a great delivery system. To me, this really approaches prime rib. You can go thin, you can cut them thicker, and this strip loin roast, which was USDA choice, I paid about $5.60 a pound for. That was on sale. But that's a fantastic price for a large piece of meat that's gonna serve a lot of people. Oh, that simple seasoning on here works fantastic. You could just go with salt and pepper if you wanted, or you could use a commercial rub. I almost went with a commercial rub on this, but I decided just wanted to do my own simple rub. I'm glad I did, it tastes fantastic. So if you are looking for A perfect holiday roast, something for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for New Year, for any occasion. A strip loin may be the way to go for you. It cooks up relatively quickly, and you can finish it off any way you want with some sort of butter, some sauce, or not. It's fantastic by itself.